I named my presentation The Silent Othello. Shakespeare's Othello. William Shakespeare most likely wrote the play Othello in 1603 or 1604. Othello is a play that conveys themes of racism, betrayal, love, vengeance, religion, and even forgiveness. One thing that I didn't know about Othello is that it was a borrowed plot from the Italian novel Un Capitano Moro by Giraldi Cinthio. And as you know, Shakespeare converted the novel into a more dramatic play. Adaptations of Othello. Over the years, there has been many adapted versions of Othello, especially films. It is to be said that there are 12 film adaptations of Othello. There's Othello, 1922, directed by Dmitri Bucharesti; Throne of Blood, 1957, directed by Akira Kurosawa; Othello, 1981, directed by Jonathan Miller; Othello, 1995, directed by Oliver Parker; 2001, directed by Tim Blake Nelson; Othello, 2001, directed by Jeffrey Sachs. Traditional film. The film I chose to analyze is a German adaptation film of Othello that I consider to be more traditional and unique. It was made in the year 1922, and it was one of the very first films made about Shakespeare's Othello. This film was directed by Dmitri Bucharesti, and it took place in Germany. The film was filmed in black and white, but not only was it in black and white, but it was a silent film. Dmitri Bucharesti. He was a Russian film director, screenwriter, and actor in Germany, Sweden, the UK, and the US. He was born in Russia in the year 1885. Dmitri was one of the first directors to film an adaptation of Othello. Since technology was barely starting off, that is why his film contained no audio, but it did contain music. Silent films. The silent movie era began in 1894 and ended in 1929. Silent films were made because of limited technology and there wasn't a way to add audio or sound. I didn't even know that there was silent films this old, like this adaptation of Othello. The only silent films I am familiar with is the Charlie Chaplin films and like the Betty Boop cartoons. The Nazi Party, from 1919 to 1945. One important detail I wanted to bring attention to is the era that silent films were being created, in the times of the Nazi Party. The Nazi Party was a large movement that was founded in 1919. It ruled Germany under the control of Adolf Hitler, starting in the year 1933 all the way through 1945. Shakespeare and World War II. In the coming years of World War II, the works of Shakespeare were to be banned and Shakespeare was to be addressed as a German playwright. In the year 1939, a production of Hamlet was to be released, but the war in Munich had begun, and that put a hold on it. German Nazis banned any type of performances that involved enemy writers or dramatists. The Nazis had so much power and control that they conveyed oppression over public institutions like theaters, which caused destruction to the Polish culture life. In conclusion, I found Dmitri's adaptation of Othello unique because it was the first film version of the play. Second, it was a film where it felt as if I was watching a slideshow, but there was music incorporated in dramatic events. I believe that Mr. Bucharesti was trying to achieve the real-life adaptation of Othello by basically bringing William Shakespeare's work and his play to life. Here are my references. I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation. Thank you so much.